What is up, y'all? Philly Fly Show checking in here, kicking in Right Way Production Studios, and we are back. Having small technical difficulties with my mic, my app here that I'm using for recording, and sitting here waiting for my car to be done fixed. I had a issue with my exhaust, and just playing the waiting game for it to get put back together and head out to wonderful Wisconsin for a little bit of fun time. UFC Fight Night, Robert Whitaker versus Rainier de Ritter last week was a 7 for 12 for the Philly Fly Show. That was crazy. That was the night. The prelims was just filled with underdogs winning. Just a crazy amount of underdogs. I did get the first fight right, which I will toot my horn, but prelims I failed. I failed epically. Pulled it together throughout the main card because the main card, some of the favorites actually won that I picked. It was just a crazy night. Crazy UFC Fight Night in Abu Dhabi. Well, it wasn't a night for us. It was morning for us. But again, it happens. It's gambling. Everyone's going to win. Everyone's going to lose. That is back-to-back weeks now where we went 1 over 50%. So not what the Philly Fly Show had intended, but hey, things happen here. But now we got UFC Fight Night. It is back at the UFC Apex. Now, the UFC Apex is not my favorite place to have any events anymore. It's time to move on from there. It's time to make every single UFC event at either a bigger casino with a bigger arena or real arenas with real fans and, real fun here. But still going to be a fun fight. It's Tatsuro Taira versus Hyunsung Park. Now, Taira, if you don't know, is a brilliant jiu-jitsu specialist who finally got shown up and humbled in the UFC. So we're going to see how he bounces back. It was supposed to be Amir Albazi, and Albazi could not get medically cleared to fight this fight. So that was unfortunate, but they did get Hyunsung Park, he's a good prospect. He's gonna put up a fight against Taira, but it's not gonna be a pretty night. But we're going to do a quick show here. There's 12 fights on the UFC Fight Night. Let's get into it right away. First fight of the night is a strawweight female fight between Taira Rodriguez and Caitlin Souza. Souza is a plus 185 underdog, whereas Taira Rodriguez is a negative 225 favorite. Now, I like both of these fighters. It's such a good matchup for the strawweight division to have these girls fight each other. I think the odds are a little closer than what they are, but I'm going to go with Taira Rodriguez on this one. I'm only 1 out of 5 on the confidence level. I think they're both very, very the same level in fighting. So it's going to be nice to see who's got the edge and who gets the W on Saturday. Match like number 11 is a flyweight male division fight between Rafael Esteban versus Felipe Bunez. Bunez a plus 475 underdog, whereas Rafael is a negative 750 favorite. Now, the favorites last week didn't do so good on the prelims. But this is kind of a different edge here. Felipe is no slouch, but his level is not to the level of Rafael. If he wins on Saturday, I'll be utterly shocked. I'm going Rafael Esteban with that negative 750 and 3 out of 5 on the confidence level that he can get his hand raised. Now, match like number 10 here, we got a featherweight bout. Finally get to see Austin Bashi come back ever since he got beat by Christian Rodriguez. Christian Rodriguez is out taking those O's from people. So it's no slouch here, but it's good to see him take time off and now come back and learn how to be a UFC fighter. Bashi versus John Yanis. Yanis is making his UFC debut, so it's good for Bashi to take on somebody that's not up to his level in terms of experience, it seems like. But Yanis is the plus 500, Bashi negative 800. I don't see a way that Bashi loses this fight. I will be literally just like the last fight, utterly shocked if he loses against the guy making his UFC debut. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level that favorite can get his hand raised. That's negative 800. He loses, man. It's not going to be good because he didn't win his first fight in the UFC either. All right, match like number 9 is a middleweight male division fight. We get Nick Klein versus Andrei Pulayev. I'm going pretty fast on this podcast here, guys. Mainly because it's a fight, not a fight night. It's mainly because it's at the UFC Apex, which is they put up and coming names at the Apex. A lot of people don't pay as much of attention as I do. I like these on the gambling aspect better. Oh yeah, and I got burned last week really badly, guys, in DFS. So we're not going to talk DFS this week whatsoever. But Middleweight fight between Nick Klein and Andre Pulev. Pulev's a negative 150 favorite, whereas Nick Klein's a plus 125 underdog. Look, man, I don't remember the exact aspect of this fight, but when I was looking back at it, I just think Nick Klein's going to have the better skill set. He's more well rounded than Pulev. Pulev's more one sided on the striking side, if I remember correctly. Did all my research this morning before I left and ran my task and had to do a bunch of random stuff. So my brain's kind of foggy right now with remembering this detail about this fight. So we're going with the underdog here. I knew that. I still think he's got the advantage. Still thinks he's win, but I'm trying to remember exactly the advantage he's got, and I just can't off the top of my head without pulling up my phone, which is sitting in front of me, unfortunately. But hey, we're going to jump back into it. Nick Klein does get the win, 1 out of 5 on the confidence level. Still going to stay in that middleweight division for matchup number 8. Rodolfo Vera versus Tresean Gore. Now, these guys have bigger names than most of these other guys that are on this prelim part of this card. Rodolfo Vera is a negative 220 favor, whereas Tresean Gore is plus 180 underdog. Vera's unfortunate aspect is grappling defense. He does not do good against any grapplers, and Tresean Gore's specialty is grappling. So it's going to be good to see what Rodolfo has worked on. If he's worked on anything, he says he has. Obviously, you don't know that until they get into the ring. I am thinking, though, Rodolfo has worked on something because he does not want to get gassed out like he did in his last fight. The guy's muscular. The guy's got a physique. He gets that lactic acid going when he has to get back up and actually grapple somebody, and that's where the gas tank just kind of fell out from him. So I was leaning on the Tresean Gore side for a while, but then after, the dude's lost 2 fights now where the grappler just outbeat him, made him gas out, where his power just leaves him. He's not the perfect striker, but he's a great power striker. I think he gets it done on Saturday because I'm not the biggest believer in Tresean Gore. I think that guy's not at the same level as Rodolfo, but Rodolfo has to work on his grappling defense. So for Vera to win, he's going to have to land 2. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level that Rodolfo can get his hand raised. All right, matchup number 7 here is a bantamweight fight between Renea Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. Fletcher is a plus 325 underdog, whereas Nakamura is a negative 450 favorite. This fight is a lot closer, I think, on paper than it is on the bet card or bet odds here, because I could barely pick a winner in this fight. I think Nakamura's got the skill set to win, but Fletcher's definitely fought some a couple decent competitors where I thought, hey, they're almost at the same level, I think. So I'm going to go Nakamura here, but I'm not very confident on it. 1 out of 5 on the confidence level. He can get his hand raised. Now, it should be switching to the main card here. Usually on the fight nights, they do 6-leg main cards. So we'll jump to the main card here. Match leg number 6 is a featherweight bout between Danny Silva and Kevin Barrios. Now, Barrios is a negative 550 favorite, whereas Danny Silva is a plus 375 underdog. If you haven't watched that Danny Barrios fight, he's got a big knockout on his record. Dude's got power for the featherweight division, and he is a great prospect. He's decently well-rounded, but I'd say he's more on the striker side. I'm going to go Barrios here. I think he gets a big win on Saturday versus Danny Silva, and you could even pick a finish there if you want to, but I'm not going to go that far as a stretch to put that on my bet slip, but I am going to pick Barrios to get the W on the money line on Saturday. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. He can get his hand raised. All right, match like number 5 here. We get a welterweight bout between former ranked competitor Neil Magny and Eliza Deleski Dos Santos. Now, Dos Santos is a negative 190 favorite, whereas Neil Magny is a plus 160 underdog. This is a bet the house on Dos Santos on Saturday, guys. Neil Magny is at the end of the career. He is now a full-on gatekeeper where it's like any loss now can get him cut from the UFC. Dos Santos has got power. For his age, he's looked like he can actually compete at the welterweight division, so I think he gets a big W on Saturday. 3 out of 5 on the confidence that Dos Santos can get his hand raised after that fight. Now, match like number 4 we're jumping into is a female bantamweight fight between number 10 ranked Kale Rosa, and her opponent is Nora Cornole. Now, Nora's like plus 155 underdog. Carol is a negative 185 favorite. Nora's got some great wins under her belt for prospects. She has fought some good competitors where it's not just slouches for her W's, but Carol Rosa is number 10 ranked for a reason. She's a competitor. She could get up into that championship range if she just gets some more good wins under her belt. I like Nora's game, but I'm gonna go Carol Rosa here. I just think she'll be too much and show Nora that she has a little bit more to learn before she gets up in the top 15. And 1 out of 5 on the confidence level that Rosa can get her hand raised. All right, these next 3 fights are don't miss fights. Each one of them. The next 2 are guaranteed don't miss fights, and I don't miss main events because I want to see big names sometimes. So we're going to jump into it. Match like number 3 here, lightweight division bout between Elvis Brenner and Esteban Riovich. Now, if you don't know who Esteban Riovich is, he has got such a crazy KO. To best describe it, dude throws a 3-punch combo that I can't remember the full details on, but when he throws his last punch, he hides a kick right behind it, lands shin to chin, and dude goes to sleepy. So, any Ribovic fight that gets announced, I don't miss. Even if he's lost the fight, he has been a top competitor in the fight. So, very, very fun banger to not miss here. Plus 210 on Elvis Brenner. Ribovic is a negative 260 favorite. I'm going Ribovic here. I just think Elvis Brenner puts himself in bad situations and takes bad shots at the worst time, and Ribovic is not a guy you want to let that happen to. He can throw crazy combos. He's got power. He can strike. He will be a ranked lightweight in the future. Just don't know when. Man, that's a big don't miss fight, guys. Do not miss that. Co-main event of the evening is another one you don't want to miss because both guys are just, they've shown it. They've shown it. It's a lightweight bout between Matus Rebecci versus Chris Duncan. Rebecci is a negative 220 favorite, whereas Chris Duncan's plus 180. You could put this at a pick'em, and I'd still love this fight no matter what. Chris Duncan, I do get it why Rebecci is the favorite. He can take crazy punishment and just keep throwing. The gas tank stays with him, and he just goes forward almost the whole time. Chris Duncan has beat some dudes he is not supposed to beat, which means he has the talent. He's just got to figure out how to put it all together. I love this fight as another don't blink fight, but I'm going Rebecci here. I just think Duncan is going to learn again how he's going to have to put people out himself to get these big W's, whereas it's going to be hard to put Rebecci out, man. It's going to be hard. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. He can get his hand raised. And then we get to the main event of the evening, boys and girls. Tatsuro Taira versus Hyunsung Park. Park is a plus 280 underdog. Taira is a negative 37 favorite. Taira is a number 6 ranked flyweight in the world. That is the future title competitor. No matter what, that dude's getting to the title. He's got the skill. He's put it together. He's just got to do it against top elite flyweights, and that, folks, is what's got to be done. I do not like that Park took this fight on short notice. Like, I'm glad they put it together. I'm glad it got put together, but on Park's side, the dangerous fight and him thinking that he can get the W on Saturday, it's just not happening, man. Tara's going to be way too much for him. He's going to show that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is just going to be way too much for him to get a takedown, be on top, anything. Striking, I still think Tara has the more expertise. So the better, well-rounded fighter is Tara for sure, and the negative 370 favorite is perfect odds to throw on there and throw it on a parlay if you want to. Now, Philly Fly Show is going to check out here because it's a small week. Kicks off, prelims start at 3 o'clock, main card starts at 8, so more on the evening side, which is perfect, not these morning fights. Philly Fly Show, we'll see you next week. Again, I don't remember exactly where it is because I have not done my research for next week. Had too much stuff going on this week at home. But hey, guys, share this with your homies. Well, sign up for subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit up the Facebook page, Philly Fly Show for the Facebook page. Philly Fly Show 999 at youtube.com for the other one. Shout out to Right Way Production Studios for always being the sponsor. And Lake Area Tick and Mosquito, if you need your area, sprayed for ticks from it, hit them up. Look it up online. I'll share the page later. Peace out, y'all.